Please stand by for further details. We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hello to those of you who are feeling called to this reading in particular, mystery reading at number 679. Before getting into this reading, chances are that most of the people watching this video are not subscribed, so if you are a reoccurring viewer, you enjoy my work and would like to help support the growth of my channel, you can do so by sticking around, hitting that subscribe button down below, and ringing the notification bell next to it if you feel called to. My current goal is 500 subscribers so I can have access to offering channel membership. So if you do decide to support my channel, thank you very much. And before getting into this reading, the last thing I want to say is if you are interested in receiving free messages or free guidance or, a little bit of a free reading, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you're going through, what you would like a reading or messages on. Maybe how this reading resonated for you. It doesn't have to. But also let me know what kind of cards you want me to, or what kind of, cards you want me to use. If you have a preference, if you don't, that's okay. I'll just pick one for you. But yeah, starting this reading off with getting into the number 679. I accidentally said 7 because I was distracted by the number 669 on this paper. That reading might have been significant for you. It's 10 videos ago, the number 10 is a sign, a little bit of a reminder that your spirit guides are near. They're, just confirming for me, maybe for you, that they are present for this reading. There could also be an ancestor, many ancestors here. It's hard to say sometimes because I believe, especially like in a general reading in a video, there's probably many spirit guides present here. But yeah, I'm going to start interpreting the number 679. The number 6 is about unconditional love. It can be related to a devilish temptation type of energy, unhealthy attachments that might need to be released. They could be unhealthy attachments that reinforce a negative self-image that you may or may not have of yourself. It doesn't have to be a strong negative self-image. It can be more subtle. It just depends who's watching this. It's okay if it resonates differently for everybody. But the number 7 is about wisdom, awareness, learning, growing, reflection, maybe strengthening your psychic abilities. There could be something significant here about your crown chakra, your third eye chakra. I'm also feeling the chakra above your crown chakra. I learned a while ago that there are more than just 7 chakras. So if you feel called to, look at that chakra above the crown chakra. I'm seeing the number 33 on the timer. It's about growth and I want to say transformation and change. It's like a little bit of a number 5 energy here, but there's also healing and communicating and expressing yourself honestly, authentically. You might resonate with being more of a sensitive type of person, but in a way that makes you feel empowered rather than weak. It's really beautiful. I love that for you. I definitely feel like you should embrace whatever you learn from self-love. Implement that self-love. That might be a very specific message for someone. It can resonate for someone else too. But it doesn't have to resonate at all either. The number, what was the other number? The number 9. It's about your purpose and helping the world release what no longer works, which really helps confirm what I was just trying to say about how implementing the self-love is more than just about giving yourself what you deserve. It's about giving humanity what we deserve. And this isn't meant to single you out or anything. This is like a collective thing. A lot of people are being called to love themselves more, and I think the universe, your spirit guides, want you to be a part of that. There's definitely a strong spiritual, emotional, feminine type of energy here. And just in case you're new here, femininity and masculinity is not about gender. It's about energy in like a spiritual context. It's only for people if you didn't already know. Femininity is more about your emotions, your thoughts, your feelings, your passions, your inner world is how I like to describe it. I'm also, I think I just got a vision of the world card. I'm just getting like a global world energy in general. There's a strong feeling here of connectedness. Very, very strong feeling here of connectedness. There could be something significant here about Earth or all humans or just life. Holy I was about to swear. I'm okay with swearing. It just caught me off guard. But there's a lot of purpose, a lot of meaning, a lot of significance in learning how to love yourself in the way that you deserve, learning how to speak to yourself in the way that you deserve, and how to stand up for yourself and protect yourself in the way that you deserve. All of the focus here is on you. There could be something here also about giving unconditional love to others, or just spreading love out there, being a light worker, being a light. You might resonate with that, which really makes sense given we're talking about a sense of purpose here. So if you already feel a sense of purpose, I just saw the number 64 on the timer. 6 plus 4 is 10. Your spirit guides really, really want you to follow that sense of purpose. I want to say sense of well-being. Keep investing in your health, your self-care, no matter who's watching this. And just look down at the timer. The only number that's there is 7, surrounded by a bunch of zeros. We've had that come through a couple times recently. So there's a lot of focus here on learning, reflecting, gaining wisdom. It's a strong hermit type of energy, and I think that's the perfect card to mention because the hermit card has the number 9 on it. And like, I'm being like called to focus on the lantern in the person's hand in the image and the traditional tarot for the hermit card. It feels like, oh my gosh, someone here is being called to light the way for themselves because the universe has a plan for you to light the way for others. This energy is so beautiful, and I love it. So I'm going to go ahead and add up these numbers now. 6 plus 7 is 13. 13 plus 9 is 22. I believe 22 is a master number if you believe in those. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 is about stability. I always associate the number 4 and 2 together. You know that if you've been around. But yeah, there's a huge focus here on stability. And you know what that exactly means depends on where you're at. If you are in an unstable, unbalanced position, you need to be focused on getting yourself there. But if you're already there, you need to, I feel like you're being called to focus on getting other people into a balanced and stable position just by expressing yourself, being honest, spreading light, love, beauty. Yes, there's too much darkness in this world, and you know, there's a lot of potential here for a lot of people to shine bright, and you can be one of those people. We all shine in some way. That's what our unique strengths are for. But also know that even though we have our own unique strengths, you're never truly alone in that strength, because there's a lot of people out there, like if you are good at swimming, there's a lot of people out there that are good at swimming, but the people around you, you know, it's not really all that likely, unless you're like on a swim team or you have swim friends or whatever, that there's going to be, well, there could be something significant here about swimming for someone. And I feel the Italian word for swimming trying to come through, or to swim, nuotare, for those of you who don't know. There could be something here about the sea. It feels like someone's ancestors are trying to communicate with them through, oh wow, this is very deep, through water. Whether it's an ocean, a lake, drinking water. Or it could even be more symbolic. If you've been watching lately, you know that energy and water have been very significant in the readings lately. And just for the ocean, for some reason I kept wanting to say the moon, and I keep hearing the Italian words for these words every time I hear them. So someone's ancestors are really, really connecting with me to connect with you about something that you just feel really connected to water, emotions, expressing yourself maybe. And there's just strong confirmation here from your ancestors, and I think they really, really want you to follow that. I just looked down at the timer. It says 1:03 or 10 minutes and 30 something seconds. My phone is broken, so I can't see all of it. But the number 10, of course, reinforcing the presence of your spirit guides, the spiritual energy. And the number 3, wow, growing, healing, communicating, expressing yourself, changing. There's a strong energy of transformation here. If you change for the better, whatever that way that might mean for you, it helps the collective change for the better. So believe in your strength, believe in your light. And I want to say believe in your beauty, believe in the beauty of your soul, because it exists, and it doesn't mean it doesn't exist just because other people don't see it. So I've done a lot of talking there. I'm going to go ahead and draw out a card from the Prisma Visions Tarot to look at your current situation, to look more into what these numbers could mean about self-love and wisdom and purpose. I love this energy for you. This energy is so soft, I want to say, and it's exactly what the world needs. I'm being reminded of a different reader that I watched when she talked about something called quote, the softening. I don't know. It was just the concept she talked about with softening as a person. I think that's really, really important for all of us to do. Obviously that doesn't mean don't protect yourself. I'm saying help make the world a kinder place. Shout out to 13 Moon Tarot if you know her as a tarot reader. The number 13 is about good luck and good fortune. Oh my gosh, 13 Moon Tarot. The moon is definitely significant for here, or significant here for someone. But yeah, you're being called, I feel to understand your subconscious, to unlock some sort of potential or good luck. And I want to say wisdom. It's the awareness, the knowledge is what's going to give you power, abundance, and stability. And that's why it's so important to look inward and to reflect, to always be willing to connect with what's going on the inside, because it's very powerful. Your mind, your heart, your soul, your energy, your fire is very powerful. So for your current situation, I see here, wow, the 10 of Swords, and I literally looked at the timer and it had the number 13, and then it changed to 13 and 13, 131, but it looks like 13 and 17, 16, 15, 14 or something like that. I just saw now change to number 2. So whatever good luck or good fortune, you might already feel it coming, or that you're on the right path for it, especially if you want to be a content creator. I know a lot of people want to be content creators. I've wanted to be a content creator since I was in 10, 11, 12 years old, and to see so many other people having that as a dream and desire, it's a little surreal for me because I didn't expect so many people to want to do that kind of thing, but that's the direction the world seems to be moving. But I kind of lost what I was talking about, but I know I was talking about my experiences, as a content creator and following your dreams and whatnot. Definitely do that. The 10 here, again, now they're really making their presence known. Spirit guides, your universe, the spirit realm. Seems like it, whether through a spiritual being or whatever, feels like it's trying to make itself known to you. If you're not already aware, it feels more so. But it doesn't have to be that way. The 10 of Swords in reverse can represent a painful ending. Some painful ending that needs to happen, or that has already happened. It's giving me 3 of Swords in reverse type of energy, but it could also be Ten of Swords upright type of energy. Not that it's funny, I just use humor to cope with how life can be sometimes, but something here needs to come to an end. The energy of transformation feels like it's being confirmed. The energy of change. Give me 1 second here while I adjust this light. Color purple could be significant for someone. The movie, that's actually a movie if you're interested in seeing it. That resonates. I see the Hanged Man in reverse. Someone here really struggling to let go of, or like to embrace a painful ending. And not embracing a painful ending is enabling risk-taking that's not healthy for you. Now, that definitely does not have to resonate for everybody. But on this card, there's also the sun. Well, the sun and the moon. And the zodiac sign of Gemini. This is air energy. It's been very windy out here over in the United States. The air signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. I'm an Aquarius. Let me think for a second. Oh yeah, the sun and the moon is an interesting, like, I'm getting a vision of this painting that my sister has, where it has the sun and the moon on it, and the sun and the moon together. I mean, we have the sun and the moon here up on the table. It's a very significant, like, symbolic combination for me, and it could be for you, and this is just confirmation. If you love the moon, chances are you love the sun, and vice versa. There could be something significant here about space in general. I know in this picture it's supposed to be snow and everything, but to me it could also look like space. Are you curious about space? If you are, I feel like you should follow that, or you could feel called to astrology, or just exploring planets or stars, or just the universe beyond Earth in general. Black holes. I know now I'm thinking of that other tarot reader because she has a profile picture of a black hole. That's a specific message for someone who resonates with the Hanged Man in reverse. The black hole here could represent a void that needs to be addressed, not avoided. For me personally, I mean, I feel like we all have the potential to experience a void, of course. But for me personally, I've learned that, like, having a void is more about distracting yourself from like some sort of heaviness that you might be feeling, whether it's sadness or anxiety or whatever it may be, grief. Someone here is definitely experiencing a lot of shadow, a lot of heavy emotions, and you need to pay attention to that and address that, because you deserve to give yourself the attention that you deserve to, take care of yourself. A lot of emphasis here on the attention that you give to yourself, and it's making me think of the reading I did yesterday, talking about mirroring, like looking yourself in the mirror. There's something here that you need to be honest with yourself about, but also mix that honesty, that truth, with a little bit of kindness and compassion. Don't be hard on yourself. And now I'm hearing the audio track that I play with the water sounds. You may not know what I'm talking about, but the emotion here is so strong, it's unreal. And it's interesting to say with a swords card, because to me, swords are about the mind, and then cups are about your heart. The wands is about your passion, your fiery energy, your drive, your desires. And the pentacles is about your physical world and how your thoughts, emotions, and desires show up in the world. You may be feeling called to gain a much deeper understanding of psychology, healing, mindfulness, mental health in general, and there's confirmation here for that. Allow yourself to heal, to move on, to embrace change, and to end a cycle. I just got a vision of the number 7 surrounded by the zeros that I saw earlier. 0 to me represents cycles, so that's really confirming here that something is coming to an end and something is beginning. While the endful might be painful, it feels like the beginning is so beautiful. There's a lot of sunlight. I'm getting this like message about how the moon is associated with endings and the sun is associated with beginnings. So I don't know, there's something melancholy, if that's the right word, about the moon energy here. You might be struggling with depression. You're really being called to embrace the light. I just got a vision of the sun card from the Nightmare Before Christmas tarot deck here. You also might resonate with some sort of nightmare. That actually makes a lot of sense with the Ten of Swords in reverse, because it can symbolize something that I forgot. Maybe I'm not supposed to mention that, but I'm going to move on now to getting some guidance for you from the deck that I just showed you, the Nightmare Before Christmas tarot. We're going to see what your spirit guides, the spirit realm, whatever higher power you believe in, wants to say to you about this energy. I feel like you're really being called to love yourself enough to let something go. Whether it's a state of mind or something outside of you. It could be both. It doesn't have to be, though. And I feel like it's really going to teach you a lot, especially about your purpose. I mean, if you already know your purpose, it's just going to give you a deeper understanding of what that is or what that means for you. So the Nightmare Before Christmas tarot that I have is the Four of Swords. That makes a lot of sense too. Just give me 1 second here. I am hearing a song called TV by a music artist named Call Me Charisma. And it's called, did I already say the name? It's called TV, and I'm hearing the lyrics, TV taught us everything when we're growing up, like that specific lyric. So maybe there's something significant here about what TV taught you when you were growing up, or just something more specific about a TV or just television in general. Maybe you want to be on television, or maybe you feel like you get messages or signs from the television through like movies and TV shows. It could mean anything. It really could mean anything, but it feels very specific. So if it doesn't resonate, don't worry about that. But the Four of Swords, wow. Okay, I'm getting a lot of messages here, and I'm kind of getting frustrated because I'm trying to fix this light. Here, let me scoot this over real quick. I guess that's good enough. So I said wow because I was looking at the fact that there's a 4 in the Four of Swords, and it made me think about earlier whenever I did 2 + 2 and it equaled 4. You know, I always associate 2 and 4 together, and it was like something was really confirmed about that because I saw on the timer the number 22, and I didn't think much of it until, like, you know, this number 4 down here, and, you know, thinking on it for a minute. The Four of Swords, for some reason I wanted to say the Four of Cups. Maybe there'll be an offer here for you, or be careful not to fall into apathy, feels like a message. But the Four of Swords is about resting. It literally says recharge, rest, time to pause. Make sure you're making room, time for yourself. Like maybe a form of self-care that you need, or self-love, is rest. That could be significant for you. But regardless, if you're working on something, trying to grow something, it's important that you have a balanced routine or schedule or plan of investment, if that's the right word or phrase or whatever. Make sure you're not investing too much, but also, of course, depending on how fast you want to grow, make sure you're not investing too little. There's more emphasis here on don't invest too much, because like that passion can be strong, but it can burn out fast if you don't, you know, kind of stretch it over time. Maybe there's also something here about using time to your advantage, like somehow appreciating the anticipation, I think, for something working out for you, embracing the slowness, the mundane, that type of thing. I've been feeling called to do that more myself. It's very hard in a world with a lot of distractions, but we can do it because we need to, and we deserve to. With this painful ending, or this amazing beginning, both, whatever, rest is so important. So don't push yourself, and if you feel like you're getting frustrated because you can't have access to something that you really want, use that as a sign to look within, to learn something about yourself, because I feel like the universe is trying to teach you something or show you something through your own emotions, your own thoughts, your own feelings, your own passions, your own faith, your own soul, and your own spirituality. And now I'm thinking about the Pope Francis. I don't know if you've been hearing it lately, depending on where you're from, but he's been in the hospital. That feels really significant for someone, as well as the Vatican or Vatican City. I'm not sure why it's really been coming through for me lately. Rome also feels like it could be significant potentially. I believe, I'm not 100% sure, I believe Vatican City is in Rome, and the only reason I know about Vatican City was because I was interested in learning Latin, and I learned that really the only place in the world where Latin is used is Vatican City. Of course, you know, here in the United States we have it in law and medicine, the Latin words and everything, but you know what I'm saying. If not, and you feel called to, I do encourage you to look that up. But yeah, be patient with yourself with whatever change you're going through, and just make sure you're holding yourself accountable to move in the right direction, the direction that you deserve to move in, and find a balance between pushing yourself and being easy on yourself. It feels so important to find that balance for somebody or many people watching this.